Hello everyone, welcome to our March 2025 new release webinar for SpacesEDU. I'm Tatiana Ng, and I'm thrilled to guide you through our latest features designed to enhance your user experience, of course, and that of your students. At SpacesEDU, we believe in continuous improvement to support educators and students alike, and today we'll explore our newest updates that aim to make your teaching and learning journey even more effective. And before you go, you'll hear about what's coming at the end of next month as well. And yes, that is 2 back-to-back releases. You might even recognize some of your own requests in here as well. So please do not hesitate to provide your feedback to us through whether it's through your partner success specialists or directly within our product roadmap on our site. We've got a ton of updates to go through, with the majority of them being in the reporting space and portfolios. But before I show you those, let's talk about our new media option. The drawing tool has been a popular request. The beta version is available to all students and teachers, regardless of their license. Users can access a pencil, eraser, shapes, lines, and arrows, as you can see here. The drawing tool is only available on the web version for now. However, that being said, you can technically log into SpacesEDU on a browser using your mobile device and access the drawing tool from there. I'm very excited to see what students create with this new tool. I'm sure you'll find creative ways as well as an adult on how you can use this. As you can see here, I've gone ahead and and I drew a rose simply using my mouse here on my computer. Looking forward to see everyone's art in SpacesEDU with the drawing tool. Next, we have a quality of life update. So with curriculum tag sets that have been deprecated or archived, we'll be able to now indicate this through an element, as you can see. And teachers will continue to have access to those tags, but with more awareness around whether will continue to be updated or not. So deprecated per the Common Standards Project means they are older standards and will not be updated, whereas archived means the standards have been hidden but are still available to users who already have added them to their SpacesEDU accounts. And now on to the more exciting updates. Currently, teachers have to jump between SpacesEDU and other tools to get their reports approved, which isn't ideal. I'm sure you're very familiar with this process. And we've heard from our partners that they'd love to handle everything in one place, and we agree as well. What we're doing is we're bringing the approval process into SpacesEDU. This means administrators will now be able to review and approve reporting spaces directly in SpacesEDU before teachers share them with students and families. So please let your partner success specialist know if you'd like to get started on this so they can activate this feature for you in the back end. Once that's enabled, administrators will be able to toggle this on. So those with more permissions on a school-by-school basis, depending on your preferred process and reporting periods, you can always turn this on and off at any time. Once that's turned on, administrators will then see the Review Reporting Spaces button at the top of the table here in the class's dashboard. And within the reporting space review list, you will see a table with the following information. So you'll have your class name, your teachers, grades, how many reports have been reviewed, how many are pending, and then you'll have a call to action button on the very last column there, indicating whether or not you want to start reviewing, the percentage that's been reviewed, and if it's been reviewed altogether. So to the right, we see a button to jump into the reporting space directly, and we can also see the progress from there. We also have group actions available, so administrators will be able to bulk mark as reviewed, reset reviews. You can download reporting spaces coming soon in a hot fix. One thing to note with the bulk downloading though, you won't be able to customize the elements that you like to include in the PDF, so it just automatically includes everything. As for filters, you can filter by grade, by teacher, and in the top right, we have the ability to download all reporting spaces. So that will be coming soon again. Or you can reset the entire process as well. So be very careful whenever you're deciding to reset something. There will always be dialogues that will pop up to confirm that is the action that you're trying to achieve. Statuses will slightly differ between admin and teacher accounts, as you can see here, but both users will know if the reporting space has been reviewed or not. So that's pretty straightforward and visible there for both parties. And within each reporting space, admins and teachers will see when the report might have been edited and by whom. And just to note here, teachers can still make changes to the report even after it's been reviewed. So it's important to include this information in your communication pieces to educators. And whoever marks the reporting space reviewed will see their sign off on the report PDF. And here we have the PDF downloaded. I did this from my administrator account, and so it shows up as such. One thing to remember to do if you don't have a salutation, to please select this through your account settings. Otherwise, it will only display your last name. We are looking at including first and last name, just so salutations can be optional, but for now, that needs to be set. So just a little note there. Now, I'd like to show you this in action. When you're the administrator and logging in for the first time, again, if you're an administrator with more permissions, that you have all the power here to turn on and off the reporting space formal review. You'll have to select a school to be able to see that button. So we'll go ahead and do this for Bedford because you'll be doing this on a school-by-school basis. This has already been turned on for me, so I'll leave it like that. And I can start reviewing reporting spaces for Bedford School. I can simply click on this button actually, and it will take me directly into the reporting space review list. So that's a little shortcut there. Otherwise, you can also jump into the classes tab here, and you'll have access to another button in blue to start reviewing reporting spaces. So for the Little Explorers, we can see that it's only been 29% reviewed. Let me just zoom in a little bit so you can see that better. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that button to take us to the reporting space, and we can resume reviewing from there. So we see mail-in's been reviewed, Edna's been reviewed as well, and we even have a timestamp here for when it was last edited by the teacher. We'll continue the reviewing process from there. If we have any teachers who are students in the class, they'll be assigned a reporting space as well. So we might as well just mark that as reviewed by default. Make this part of your process too. That way the percentage reflected is accurate. So moving on to Dash's reporting space here, making sure everything is in order. We can mark that as reviewed. Same thing for Violet. Perfect. For Lilo, you'll do the same thing. And then finally, for Miss Silva, who is also a teacher in the class, we'll mark that as reviewed. So now we've reviewed everything. Going back into that initial tab there in our browser, we can see the review list, and that status changed from 29% to all review. Okay, and now we're moving on to portfolios, and where you'll see there were more updates as well. Some of the major updates are in portfolios, specifically the presentation mode and admin access. So that is something I'm super excited about. Administrators will now have access to see student portfolios. In the past, they were only able to create those templates, but not actually take a peek at what students were contributing or developing in their portfolios. So the access would look like this here within the district and school admin accounts. So they'll have that portfolios tab on the left-hand side. So they'll be able to support students and monitor their progress through those sections. Um, and once they click on the portfolios tab and into that portfolio template, they'll have access to the same sort of quick review table or grid that teachers have access to. So they can support students by adding content, providing feedback. They can engage by reacting to portfolio posts as well. So essentially, same level of access as teachers. Furthermore, administrators will have the ability to download a CSV file containing all of those portfolio shareable URLs along with student and family information for seamless sharing. This would mean the CSV would include all of these data points here. The family information would only be included if that was part of the import, the student imports through class rostering. So just a note there, that's how we would be able to pull that information for you. The URL export will not include archived portfolios, and as I mentioned, not include family information that have been manually added to classes. It is solely based on imports here. But nevertheless, still a great feature to leverage, especially if you'd like just an easier way to share those URLs directly with families and with students as well. And portfolios, we'll see a major update on the student account front. So the presentation mode will be available here. Students will be able to add posts to their presentation. This is something that's automatically turned on for all our districts and schools. They can create those presentations for showcases like defenses of learning, capstone projects, and things of that nature. So now what I'd like to do is show you the portfolio presentation mode in a student account. I'm in Maylin's student account here within the portfolios tab. And we're going to jump into the CTE Learning Journey one together. And so over here at the very top, we have a banner just indicating that the presentation mode is now available. To view presentation, it takes us to the presentation setup. And if we don't have any posts that we haven't bookmarked yet, we are asked to do so first. So let's exit this. And we'll go ahead and click the bookmark icon in the bottom left corner to add to our presentation. Like so, we'll just add all of these. And then we can click on the View Presentation button here, or even this presentation icon in the top right corner. Within the presentation setup, we have the ability to hide if we'd like to hide the post. It's still going to be in our bookmarked post here, but just won't be visible in our presentation once we launch it. So we can unhide it. We can move and rearrange, the posts as we see fit. If we wanted to remove a post from the presentation, we can simply click on the bookmark icon again, and it would disappear from our presentation setup. So let's say we're ready to go and we want to present. We can click on the present icon in the top right corner there. And to navigate from side to side, you can use your keyboard for that, the left and right arrows. Otherwise, feel free to tell your students to click on the controls button right here, and they'll see then the previous and next buttons on the bottom of the screen, and then they have the ability from there to show or hide comments. So by default, it does hide comments, but let's say I want to include comments in my presentation. I can simply activate it like this. If I want to see again the keyboard shortcuts, there they are. And I can start presenting. There we go. So it contains all of the post elements. As you can see, I can navigate from media to media in the media carousel there. By scrolling down, I can showcase my post description as well. On the top left, we can see which sections the posts are from. It's all clearly indicated. We can navigate from one post to the next, like so. And here we've reached the very end of our presentation, and students are able to play the media as it's happening live. They can view videos directly here on the platform as well. All of that is included in the presentation. So this is a really exciting update for students who have to create those showcases, especially for defenses of learning. But of course, capstone projects are great. I know CTE schools would really enjoy this feature as well, for students who want to showcase what they've been doing throughout the year and to talk about pathways, etc., etc. This is available in your students' accounts as of today, and then they can start using the presentation mode. Okay, so let's get back into the presentation here to talk about what's coming in April 2025. So I know that was a lot of information to digest, a lot of great updates though, and a lot more coming in April 2025 as well at the end of the month. Within portfolios specifically, we are enhancing measurement and reporting with the ability to apply proficiency score to sections, and administrators will be able to add media attachments to sections as well. So if they need to include any additional resources, they can do so on a section by section basis. And when creating a post within portfolios as well, users will have the ability to select multiple sections at once without needing to, if you recall, you can copy posts from section to section, but this would eliminate that additional process for everyone. As for activities, teachers will be able to control those notifications for families. We've heard a lot of feedback about that, and I'm very thrilled that this will be coming at the end of next month, and I know that a lot of teachers would appreciate it as well. Just a quick update to save the selected page size as well when you're moving between the quick review and the activity proficiency table. You'll see all of these in action next month again at the webinar, so stay tuned for that. If you're unable to attend, no worries, we'll be distributing a recording like this one as well. Other than that, thank you so much for joining me today and for watching this video. We appreciate you as always. If you have any questions about these new updates, feel free to contact our support team at hello@spacesedu.com. We invite you to continue to give us your feedback. I'm going to do another plug here for our public-facing product roadmap. If you go to spacesedu.com and you scroll down to the very bottom of the page, you'll see product roadmap here. By clicking on this, it will take you to our public-facing product roadmap where you'll be able to see what's coming soon. You can also see what future releases we're considering here. And of course, if you have a fresh idea or if it's just for an improvement feature on a specific feature, click on the submit idea button in the top right corner there to tell us in detail what it is that you're looking for, what you should be able to do within the platform and how we can help. And then you can rate how important this request is to you and provide us with your email address. This goes directly to Brian, who is Director of Products inbox, and he may or may not reach out for additional information. And who knows, maybe your feedback might make it to the next release or future releases. Definitely a page worth bookmarking and sharing with other educators as well. Other than that, we invite you to follow us on our socials. If you didn't know, we have a podcast available hosted by our very own Jordan Lewis. The podcast is called Growth Over Grades. We are in our third season, so feel free to listen to it on all streaming platforms. And we will see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let us know if you have any other questions. Again, all our contact information is there. Thank you. Bye-bye.